Many of us love blues music, but have you ever heard of the name Marie Hinton McCoy? Marie Hinton McCoy broke into the white, male-dominated music industry in the early 1950s and became a highly sought-after songwriter whose career spanned more than 6 decades. More than 360 artists have recorded his songs, including Nat King Cole, Elvis Presley, and Sira Vaughan. She was inducted into the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame in 2008 and the Arkansas Jazz Hall of Fame in 2018. Marie Hinton was born April 19, 1922, in Oneida Phillips County to Levi Hinton and Celicia Brazil Hinton. She and her older brother and sister attended the local Turum Elementary School, attended church regularly, and worked on the 40-acre farm their parents rented. Although Oneida is located in the Mississippi Delta, often cited as the birthplace of the blues, except for the occasional singing of a field hand, the blues was unheard of in that small town. Many people considered it the devil's music. Marie was introduced to the blues 18 miles away in Helena, Phillips County, often standing outside a club called the Hole in the Wall to hear performances by top blues artists. Her grandparents lived in Helena, and she was sent there to attend a high school for black students in the area. At Eliza Miller High School, Marie sang in shows and watched top black jazz bands perform. She soon began to dream of becoming a professional singer. When she was 18, she legally added Rose to her name, and in 1942, Marie Hinton moved to New York and began singing in small clubs in Harlem. While returning to Arkansas in 1943, she married her former lover, James McCoy, who was in the U.S. Army and was preparing to be deployed to Germany. They had no children. While he was away, she began touring the so-called Chitlin circuit, opening for top artists such as Pigmeat Markham and Moms Mabley. McCoy started writing songs as a child. Their first song to appear on the record was After All, recorded in 1946 by a group called the Dixieras. Since she received very little royalties, she decided to focus on her singing career. In 1952, a decade after moving to New York, he recorded 2 of his songs for Wheeler Records, a new label formed to capitalize on the growing popularity of black music. As soon as the record was released, music publishers began seeking him out as a songwriter, not as a singer, as he had hoped. One of the first songs he was asked to write. It reached No. 3 on Billboard's Rhythm and Blues chart in 1953. Gabbing Blues gave singer Big Maybelle her first hit recording, and McCoy the first of 7 BMI awards. That same year, Big Maybelle scored another top 10 hit with McCoy's Way Back Home. At first, McCoy worked on his own, writing both lyrics and music. Later in 1953, he met his first writing partner, Charles Singleton. From 1954 to 1956, they wrote 7 top 10 hits. Well, all right, Big Joe Turner. 1954, Mambo Baby, Rube Brown. 1954, Hurts Me to My Heart, Faye Adams. 1954, Pitter Patter, Nappy Brown. 1955, If I May, Nat King Cole. 1955, Don't Take It So Hard, Earl King. 1955. And Letter from My Darling Little Willie John, 1956. Their song Trying to Get to You, 1957, was featured on Elvis Presley's debut album 1956, and although it did not reach the top 10, it was featured on many of Presley's albums and live performances. The song has since been recorded by more than 30 artists. Other songwriting partnerships include Nappy Brown, Don't Be Angry, 1955, Elvis Presley, I Beg of You, 1957, Ike and Tina Turner, It's Gonna Work Out Fine, 1961, Maxine created hits for Brown, We'll Cry Together, 1961, and Jerry Butler, Got to See If I Can't Get Mommy to Come Back Home, 1970. McCoy also produced several recordings, including 5 songs written by Sarah Vaughan for her 1974 album, Send in the Clowns. She also wrote jingles for artists such as Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles, and started his own publishing company. Although it became increasingly difficult for his songs to be recorded by major artists, McCoy continued to promote his songs from his office in Manhattan's iconic Brill Building and later from her home in Teaneck, New Jersey. Her last songs were written with Billy Joe Conor and appeared on his 2013 self-titled country album. Rosemary McCoy died of pneumonia on January 20, 2015 at Carle Foundation Hospital in Urbana, Illinois.